99X and the Morning X Barnes, and Leslie Fram is out today. She's traveling back, and so Ed Roland from Collective Soul, kind enough to fill in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And this topic we're going to get into here, best guitarist of all time, I think this is very fitting that you're here today.
I know I'm not on the list, but I do have
you have opinions.
Words. I have opinions and words.
I love that. I have words. You have lots of words. This guy's already written albums like into the late decade, like coming up. Do you have your 2030 release ready?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Just to 2027 right now.
So this list came out, and I want to talk about it. 470-741-4999. If you have an opinion about who do you think is the best guitarist of all time, and then we'll dovetail this into this Rolling Stone list, which I believe is debatable.
Very much.
I mean, it's a very subjective thing, right?
Right.
I mean, everyone's going to have a different opinion, what genre, and they're trying to roll it all into one.
Right.
Which is really hard to compare, like one genre to the other and then have guitarists. But if you're doing it technically, is it that hard?
We'll get into it.
But you know what I mean? Like if you're talking
100%.
technical, like my choice, one of them who has passed many years ago, and he didn't even make the top 20. He made number 21, Randy Rhoads.
Right.
From Ozzy Osbourne's band in the early 80s, who died in a plane accident. But that guy was innovative. He was a shredder, but also he could play classical guitar. Like there are
that's what he was trained. Classical guitar.
And then you roll into shredding for Ozzy Osbourne, who's known for plucking out great guitarists. But how is that dude not in the top 20?
That I can't answer. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough body of work. You kind of get into those things.
That's a good point.
There's only 2 records of his.
A very good point. We've got some callers calling in. I'm curious to see what fans think. Hey, Morning X, hello.
Hello.
Hey, who is this?
This is RJ.
RJ, who do you think? Best guitarist of all time?
Jack White.
Jack White. Okay, he, by the way, on the list is way down at 32.
Really?
Yeah, and Ed Roland's here from Collective Soul. What do you think about Mr. White?
Oh, I love what Jack does, I think, but I don't, once again, innovation-wise, I think he's still using... I love his sounds. As far as how he plays has been played before. I love how he incorporates effects and sounds, to me.
And what makes you like Jack and think he's the best of all?
Yeah, actually, I think it's because it's not like any other sounds. Just like you stated, it's like he's a continuation of his thoughts. It's not like he's making love or anything like Santana was making love to the guitar or anything like that. It's like he's just continuing his thoughts because it's hard for him to actually say what he wants to say.
That's funny you say that about Santana, who comes in at 11 on the list. He does sound like he's having sex with the guitar, and the guitar is talking back to him. All right. Hey, thank you for sharing that. Jack White, that's a good one to add to the list. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Looking at some of the ones on social, because we put this up over last week. Matt G. from Facebook said John Mayer. And John Mayer is ranked lower than PJ Harvey, which blows my mind. Mayer is at 61 on the list.
Yeah. I mean, he is a monster on the guitar.
Monster on the guitar. Wade from Instagram said Roy Clark Jr., and I mean, that dude is awesome. Austin, Texas. I don't know if he has earned yet to be at the top of the list. Johnny Marr, what do you think?
That one always gets me because he's always there. I just don't know. I mean, other than the Smiths, I don't know. Once again, I go back to, I think it was a sound and a time and a period.
Yeah, that was somebody from Facebook. Let's see what else we have calling in. Hey, Morning X, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, you're on with Ed Roland and Barnes. Leslie's out today. What do you think? Best guitarist of all time?
I don't know if I can say best because it's too subjective, but most influential, I'm going with Eddie Van Halen. No one did more for, I mean, not just the playing, but his gear, his tone. Like, he did things with gear that we're still doing today in modern metal. So, I mean, no one's done more for guitar, in my opinion.
I agree with you. And, of course, how could he not be in the top 5? He is on this Rolling Stone list at number 4.
See, can I interject now?
Of course.
So
Ed?
To me, there are 2 guitarists that really set the tone of rock and roll. We talk about this on the bus a lot. First guitarist is Chuck Berry. Bar none, he's been used and borrowed from more than anybody else. And then Eddie Van Halen is second. Then it becomes really subjective after that, to me. And you could put Les Paul in there, and you could put Chet Atkins, and then it really becomes subjective, because then I would put Elliot Easton from the Cars, Lindsey Buckingham, Randy Rhoads. It just really goes so crazy, but I just think that there's only two. Mount Rushmore to me is two people, and that's Chuck Berry and Eddie Van Halen.
But you guys mentioned something very important about Eddie Van Halen. I mean, his unique discovery of sounds and technique that was often imitated, right? And he was...
Still is.
It still is.
Right.
And when you hear a guitar, that's Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
Like, there's no doubt.
Right.
And with this tour that's going on right now, you've got Joe Satriani filling in and playing these Eddie parts, which he's a unique guy also. But that's interesting, even that he's doing it, because, it's an honor to. But, man, you've got to hold that bar up now.
Yeah, but if you go back to the Stones, there are like AC/DC, they're Chuck Berry riffs.
Yeah.
And, and you got to go who came first. I mean.
No, it's interesting. Hey, thank you for calling.
Sure thing. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Have a great day. We appreciate you listening to 99X. Man, there's so many of them. Hey, Morning X. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Keith. Good morning.
Hey, Keith. We're talking best guitarist of all time. Ed Roland from Collective Souls. He's hanging out here, and he took himself off the list, so he's not in for voting. Right? You're not.
What do you mean? I took me?
You were joking.
Me personally?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord. I'm not even in the
you're a good guitarist.
Conversation.
Who do you think, Keith?
It's hard to pick one. I mean, I would pick whoever motivates me to play. Ed, you would be on there.
Oh, thank you.
I would have to say my top three would be
just one. No, don't do three. Let's pick one.
Pick one.
I want to focus
top
you.
Of the list.
Yeah.
Kurt Newman of the Bodines.
Really?
Really? That's awesome, actually.
That's interesting. Yeah, he's not on the list that I see. I've not gone to the bottom of it. It's a long list, 250. This is the top 250 guitarists of all time. Why do you choose him?
The first time I saw them live, they opened for somebody else way back when in Atlanta, and I walked out of the venue thinking the opening act actually put on a better show than the headliner, and that was U2 on the Joshua Tree tour.
Wow.
Whoa.
Over the Edge. Okay. And the Edge is on this list at 47. Keith, thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Leslie's out today. Ed Roland from Collective Soul is filling in, hanging out. You're doing a great job, my friend.
Thank you, buddy.
You're keeping up with all these callers. You have great stuff to add, especially talking about the best guitarists of all time. A lot of people still calling in. We're going through this. The top 250 list came out in Rolling Stone. We've got some interesting callers so far. Hey, Morning X, good morning.
Hi.
Who do you think? Who is this, by the way?
My name is Allison Robarts Murillo.
Hey, Allison. Say hi to Ed Roland.
Good morning, Allison.
Hey, how are you?
I'm sleepy.
Oh, you're not.
I'm joking.
Okay, so what do you think? Best guitarist of all time, Allison?
I say Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page.
That would be up there.
Jimmy Page on the list is not in the top. I'm looking at the list right now. Oh, he is. He's 3. My bad.
Yeah, I thought I saw the list.
Hey.
I think he was 3.
Yeah.
I got good taste.
Yeah, and I want to know why. Jimmy Page is ranked over Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay, well, Eddie's good, and I know, we have to honor him. However.
But why do you think, I just want to hear your reasoning why Jimmy Page.
Well, he was, quasi-accomplished for the time he got into Zeppelin. And he was very innovative with his guitar work.
Especially at that time. Yeah.
Yes, at that time, absolutely he was. And, I just think he deserves the credit, definitely as being one of the top. He is, I thought he was very accomplished. He started very young. He had a lot of influences back in the day, too, which I think helped, propel his career as far as a guitarist and his guitar work.
That's an interesting point. You think about the eras and how they affected the previous ones.
Right. Once again, I think Jimmy Page is right at 3. I would put him. And where's Prince on that list?
Prince came in, and that I'm shocked. Prince was where did he go? He was way down the list.
What?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people because of the style of music that he came into in the 80s, a lot of people were not aware of that still to this day, unless they see footage now.
So he's not way down, but 14 is Prince.
Hey, he's top 10 easy.
Yeah. Hey, Allison, thank you for listening to 99X. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right. Morning X. Hey, who is this?
This is Alicia.
Hey, Alicia. Who do you think is the best guitarist of all time?
All time, it's got to be Slash.
That's a good one.
Slash.
I like that.
Let's see where Slash fell. He is not in the top 10.
Are you kidding me?
I'm just making sure. Nope, he's not. He's not in the top 10. I don't even see him.
He's got to be in the top 20.
He's not.
What?
I'm looking at the list.
Oh my God!
I know. Now, again, this is Rolling Stone, and this is all the people at Rolling Stone who came together and made this list. I mean, unless I'm
Obviously,
crazy.
they were born in the 90s or 2000s, because Slash definitely, I mean, good Lord, definitely top 20, easy.
Alicia, why do you think Slash? Why do I just want to hear your logic?
I have seen him with Guns N' Roses. I've seen him at the Roxy 2 years ago with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. The man can do just about anything with a guitar, even the little wind tube, the air tube that he uses, kind of like Peter Frampton did way back in the day.
Yeah.
He can. I swear, the man must be related. I thought he may be related to Jimi Hendrix because just his style, everything he does with a guitar is amazing. And I mean, he acts like it just comes naturally to him. He doesn't do that all grinding with his face like a lot of guitarists do. He looks like he thoroughly enjoys what he's doing.
Oh, hold on. Speaking of facial expressions, Ed Rowland sitting right here. This is the man of a million facial expressions.
What do you mean by
Oh my God!
What do you mean by that?
When you play, you look like you're going to take the best poop of the world.
Oh, that's because I'm singing.
I know. You make facial expressions, though, when you play guitar, right? Have you seen Collective Soul? Of course you have.
Yes, I have, and I'm from Stockbridge, Georgia.
Oh,
That
hell
girl.
yeah.
Oh, we got a bridge. We got a bridge in the house.
But
And my brother-in-law went to school with y'all.
oh, hell no.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm saying that you're in ecstasy when you perform.
Oh, okay, I try to. I just kind of
You get
whatever
lost.
happens. I will tell you what I love about Slash. I will say he should be in there. His orchestration of his arrangements of his guitar parts are just masterful.
That's true. Hey, Alicia, thank you very much. We appreciate you listening down in the bridge.
Thank you.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye. But, you know, would you argue at some point, because I can't even say I can play guitar. I can play some guitar. If you taught me immediately, I could probably emulate you. But there's a technical level when you get to these guys who are just unbelievable that at some point you max out, right, on just the technical ability. Then you can just freestyle. Really,
Yeah, Jesse, our lead guitarist, is that way. I could throw anything at him, and he's just master at it. You know, there's some people like that, and there's some people that have their own style that stays with that own, like Santana. He was brought up earlier. To me, he just sounds like Santana every time, and that's a great thing. I mean, we'd all wish we could play like Santana, but then there's other artists, and I use Slash. I mean, he can do anything.
Yeah, it's impressive. So some of the highlights, and I'll give you now the top five. So Mayer, we said, John Mayer at 61, PJ Harvey at 49.
Is Dwayne Allman in there?
Hang on, man. Huh? You got to get there. You got to work backwards.
Well, let's go.
The Edge is at 47.
Huh?
Eric Clapton, 35. Okay, that's just, wow. Jack White, 32. George Harrison, 31. John Frusciante is at 25. I'm just pointing out some key ones here. Randy Rhoads at 21. Stevie Ray Vaughan is 20.
I love me some Stevie Ray.
Love me some 20. I thought it should have been higher. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine is 18. You've got Keith Richards at 15. Prince at 14. We mentioned Santana at 11. Okay, here's the top 10. 10, Dwayne Allman.
Okay, thank you.
9, Joni Mitchell.
Huh?
Joni Mitchell. 9.
Huh?
I know. Okay. 8, B.B. King.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
All right.
Nile Rodgers, 7.
I don't know about that one. I mean, he can be in the list, but 7?
6, I've never heard of.
Above Prince?
I know. That's when you start comparing. 6, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. I'm sorry, I don't even know who that is.
I think it's, she's blues.
Yeah, I think so.
No, she was that blues back in the
Maybe
20s
set
or
the
30s.
standard like super early.
Right.
And we're going through, this is the top 250 guitarists of all time, say Rolling Stone, and this is like all their people that work at Rolling Stone. So here we go. I'll give you a little shred of each of the top 5. Here we go. Number 5, Jeff Beck. You agree?
I agree.
Top 5?
I agree.
I mean, top 5, that's serious territory.
Is David Gilmour in there?
Dude!
Well, am I messing things up already?
Hold on. 4. You got to learn that morning radio show. You got to do that.
I got to anticipate.
Yes. All right, here's number 4. That's obvious. Eddie Van Halen. Number 3, we already talked about Jimmy Page. Number 2, you mentioned long ago.
Give it to me, Chuck.
Chuck Berry. Now, why? I mean, of course, I love Chuck Berry, but why were you so passionate about him being high up the list?
He should be number 1 because he set the standard of what it's like Eddie. He set what they all did for generations
in that era,
and past. And even, then, like I said, even heavy metal. I mean, like AC/DC or just Chuck Berry riffs, Stones, still to this day.
All right, you said David Gilmour, not on the list, not in the top 20.
Oh my God,
he's in the top 50, I believe.
Who are these kids?
Here is number 1, Jimi Hendrix.
I mean, he always gets it.
But is he, arguably, though, he is one I wouldn't say, nah, you can't make him 1.
Would I say that? I wouldn't make him 1.
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying that I wouldn't, like, fight you on it. Like, I would say, okay, like, that's reasonable. Well, so you think number 1 should be who?
Chuck Berry.
Okay. Well, that was close, then.
Well, we'll just invert him.
Ish. It's a heavy list. I still can't get over P.J. Harvey. Nothing against P.J. Harvey, but really, P.J. Harvey over John Mayer?
But these are fun lists. I mean, it's fun to talk about. Like, we could do our own, and everybody would argue our list.
Exactly.
And so.
The best guitarist of all time. Ed Rollins filling in for Leslie Fram today. This is 99X.